Good evening, everybody. I'm going to say good evening. I should actually say good morning, but it's 1 minute past midnight and I'm doing this video. But I'm recording this video because I said I would come back to YouTube, give it a little shot, and then I would make the commitment to try and do 1 to 2 videos a week. And when I make a commitment to something, I like to stick to it. So I'm going to try and keep them short and sweet as well, so that it doesn't go on and on and on. So today I'm going to do 2 things. I'm going to do a quick unboxing of a skincare kit, which is always great value for money, and I'll go through it in a minute. And the second thing I'm going to do, I've just washed my face, brushed my teeth, put a bit of powder in my hair. My hair has not been done since 7 o'clock this morning. But I'm going to put the tiniest bit of very light, like a daytime makeup I'd wear. I've actually got a dog grooming business. So I'm just going to do a very, very light bit of makeup. And a few people have asked me to do it. I'm 55 now, and a few people have asked me, they always say, look, they struggle with makeup and various things, and they asked me to do these videos. So please be gentle, keep your criticism to yourself. If you like what I do, then subscribe, give me some feedback or ask questions, whatever. But I just do my own thing, and at 55 I don't really care what other people think most of the time. So let's get on with this video. I'm always conscious of my neck because my skin is actually quite good for my age. I've got dents here for my glasses because I've taken my glasses off. I've got a bit of saggy neck, but I don't really want to get surgery. I quite a lot of years ago lost quite a lot of weight, nearly half my body weight, and my neck is the consequences of it. So although my skin's very good, I protect from sun, I can't really do much about my neck. It's not because of like there's so much aging process, it's because I actually have lost a lot of weight. My arms are pretty good in my legs, but I thought I would love to get it done because I've obviously have got excess skin, you know, my neck and my face and bits like that. I just don't want to. The thought of having it done. Anyway, let's get on with this video. So what I'm going to unbox technically is, and hopefully you know it, this is the, turn it around here, the Hirons kit. Now it's called the Renew and Glow kit. She brings them out every sort of, I'm going to be lying if I say 3 months. I think it's 3 months. There's usually 3 or 4 a year. And she makes the kit up. If you don't follow her, Caroline Hirons, amazing skincare expert. She owns Skin Rocks, but she uses loads and loads of different brands and products, and what she does is our favourite products she makes a bundle and she does a kit sort of 3 or 4 times a year. It's always great value for money. So this kit is called the Renew and Glow kit. It costs £130. It comes with 5 full-size items, and you get the burgundy tote. Sometimes it's a makeup bag you get with it, but this is a big tote. Actually, it's really quite a big, decent sized tote. Actually, it's actually quite a nice tote. So it's £130 for the kit, and it's got 5 full items in it, and the total value is £369. Now, I've been getting them for the last couple of years. Only once did I not buy the kit over this last period. I think the last kit had quite a bit of I can't remember if it was eye cream or whatever, but there was multiples of things I didn't need at that time. But usually there's a sort of variety that I find that I need them, or I like them all, and there's usually 1 or 2 products that I really, really like, so it makes it worth me getting it. So if you think £130 for 5 items in a tote, and the retail value is £369, and these are not her products, these are products that she loves, and I always think that's a good testament to a brand. So I'm just going to get on with it right away. I did have a card, maybe it's a card in here. They actually just came in this tote this time, but there is a card. So it's Renew and Glow, Caroline Hirons, and I'm going to just grab any one and bring them out one at a time. So, oh my god, my pronunciation's horrendous. Shiseido, right, this is the Strength Revitalise Power Infusion Serum. Now, I have actually used this before, and this is absolutely amazing, and this was one of the reasons I got this kit this time, because I think this is about £70, maybe £80 on its own. It's absolutely amazing, and it's a serumy gel. Let me see if I can just get a wee pump out of that quickly. It's kind of a milky gel, but it's, oh, see, for moisturising, it's got that, I can't explain it, it's just got this beautiful, slightly milky, almost like an egg white feeling. But oh my, the moisturising it gives. I love a serum. I put a serum on before I put my face oil on, before I put my moisturiser on. I think it just moisturises the skin and sets it down quite well. Love that. Anyway, so this one, this is Ultimate Power Infusion Serum. So that's one of the items in the kit. I did actually pull it up. If you just give me 1 second. I did pull up, so one of the products. It says it's clinically proven to reduce 7 signs of aging in just 1 week: radiance, roughness, fine lines, wrinkles, loss of firmness, uneven tone, and elasticity. It's resilient serum. It strengthens your skin, so everything else you use works harder and better. And actually, to be fair, I think that's a fair review on that. It really is a good product. Right, the next one, I'm going to try and be as quick as I can. The Extreme Cream. It's IN beauty product. So let's just quickly see what's the story. I don't know this product. Clinically proven to firm, lift, contour, smooth and plump, and plumps deeper wrinkles and sagging without feeling heavy. Luxe reverse emulsion texture, glass skin finish, but growing up glass skin, bouncy, sculpted and expensive looking. Well, there you go, that's the description. So it's basically a moisturiser, plant-based retinol alternative, peptides 3 times ceramide complex. It's 50 ml. Again, these are full-size products, and it's a great way, right, of trying things. I have never once got any of the kits and I've thought they weren't worth the money. And to be fair, when you divide that money down, it really is good value for money. If you go onto her Instagram, she always does a video before a product launch, before the kit launch, and she, this time she had all the brand owners or people that work for the brand on her channel as well, just going through each product. So that's that one, Extreme Cream. And the next one, I think I better just put these down. I've got that much sitting on my lap. So the next one is Growing Alchemist Hydra Restore Cream Cleanser. I love a good cream cleanser, and this is 100 ml. Just going to tell you what it actually says on here. It says, let's just go, I'm looking at the different, right, the Hydra Restore Cream Cleanser, a creamy barrier respecting cleanser that actually cleanses, removes makeup properly, restores moisture and supports your skin barrier instead of stripping it senseless. No tightness and no drama. There we go, that's pretty good. And it's 100 ml. So again, a good cleanser is never cheap. There you go, and I love it's in a tin. It's a tin tube, which means it's obviously not going to be exposed to the sun or that. So that's that one. I'm happy to give a follow-up later on when I've tried all these, but I just wanted to actually do the unboxing because I always think they're amazing value for money. That alone makes me buy it. You know, if there's a couple products that I really like, then what I do is I tend to then buy it because of that. So we've got Dr. Levy Arcel Matrix Mask. Let me just tell you what Caroline said about it. Let's see. Reclaim 10 years in just 20 minutes. Bold claim, but this one grabs. A high performance biometric mask packed with plumping hyaluronic acid, soothing antioxidants and vitamins for clarity, protective prebiotics. So there you go. And this is 50 ml as well. So this is a full tube. It's a matrix mask. I'm not going to read what actually how the use is because I've got contacts in, so I'll barely be able to read it. So that's the fourth one. And the fifth one is, what's this one? This one says Joss Rosebrook, sorry. I've actually got a few of his products. I've got a serum from him that I actually use at my work, because sometimes I go to my work, if I'm busy in the morning, I've been to the gym, had a shower, and I'm maybe running about a bit late. When I get to my work, I've got a full makeup bag and full kit at my work. I quickly do my makeup when I get to my work. So this is an eye area complex, and it says hydrates, plumps, smooths, instantly cushions the delicate area so you look less exhausted and more well-rested adult. Leaves skin soft, supple and supported, and it's got collagen and blah blah blah. And let's see what the weight size of this was. What size was this? 10 mils. A lot of the eye products are a lot less in them, aren't they? So anyway, that's the 5 products. Again, go on to our Instagram and have a look at our videos and that. But you know what? They're really, really good. The products, I've never once got a product that I didn't think was amazing value. £135, £130 for 5 full products. Tote bag. The tote bag's really, really nice actually. It's like Hermes Rouge each. Anyway, it's a huge tote. Perfect. Not much else to say about that. So if anybody's interested, I'll give you some feedback on the products. So the next thing I'm going to quickly go on to is the very quickest bit of skin, wee bit of makeup and that. I've got dents with my glasses again. I've got new glasses and the pads keep digging into my face, and I've had the pads changed and they're still not working, and I'm going back and forward, and the glasses were expensive, so I'm trying to get on top of them. Right, so just to get on with what I'm going to do. Right, people, I'm 55, so my face is a bit drier. I love a dewy, plumpy finish my face. I don't really like powders, really. I use them occasionally, but not a lot on my face. Once you get to 50, or younger than that, if you've got wrinkles and you put powder around your eyes and around certain areas, powder here, it just emphasises it. Like, people always say to me, you've got amazing skin. I don't actually think I've got amazing skin. I just keep my face nice and dewy, and I think keeping it dewy just keeps it more youthful looking. So I always use a serum, like, to moisturise my face first, as in to give it that just like moist, like ready for product. So I always do that. I always put a face oil on. It could be all different. I use quite a few different ones. There's a few more I like than others, but I try various ones, and then I always put a moisturiser on. As soon as I've done the 3 things, I then go to my colour corrector. So I'm going to just show you the ones that I'm using just now, because I do rotate them and I try different ones. Some are a bit more expensive than others, but I've tried ones that I think that like more high street prices that have been really good, and some that are more expensive that are really good. But it's really about the purpose of them, if that makes sense, right? So the first one I'm going to use is, I'm going to use the serum. Now this is purely just to give myself moisture, right? So this one I'm actually using is the Clé de Peau, the serum. Now I'm not getting away with it. This is very expensive, right? However, the one I've just bought, or the one I've just bought also, this one here, these will both do the same. Now, my understanding, these companies are owned by the same, these are owned by the same company now. I need to do a bit more thingy about that, but I believe these are now owned by the same company, which is why maybe these products are quite similar. This is very expensive, like £200 or something, but I do like it. And a little goes a long way, and obviously there's this one. So a serum. So what you want is a watery serum. That's what I use anyway, because I like my face to be completely moist before I put any makeup on it. So I'm just going to use this for the purpose of this video, right? I've washed my hands, I washed my face, sorry, and I've just put, and another thing is, this smells absolutely amazing. Like, it actually smells like you're in a spa. So all I'm doing is just putting this on my face, and I'm actually going to put it on my neck too, just to give it a bit of moisture. It feels like, it's almost like a bit watery, right? But it just makes your face immediately feel less dry. So that's my first step. That's my serum. And my next step is oil. So the one I'm using now, which I absolutely love, have I got the box as well? I do. Let me get the box quickly, guys. This is the one I'm using now. It's absolutely beautiful. It's Youth Watery Oil Serum by, I don't know if I was pronouncing it wrong, Caroline, is it? This is the one I'm using now. It's got kind of gold specks in it. I'm going to put the box up close because you can always pick this up on offer. Now, see how much is out of this. I do my face twice a day. Sometimes 3 times a day, but always twice a day. Because I get up and I put a wee bit of makeup on, I go to the gym, come back, get wash, shower again, and I redo my face. Or if I've not went to the gym in the morning, I get up, go to work, wash, shower, face, and then after my work, I get washed, face, showered, and I'll have to go to the gym. So it's always twice a day, sometimes 3 times a day. So I absolutely love this. Now, they describe it as a youth watery oil serum. Which is probably right. It's a bit more a watery serum. Watery oil. I absolutely love it, and the smell of this is amazing. So just quickly, I'm putting a few drops on my face. It's going to run everywhere, but I'm going to rub it in quickly, and I'm putting it all around my face. The smell of this is absolutely heaven as well. I mean, some people don't like things that smell. I love things that smell, and I've got very sensitive skin, very, very sensitive skin. So the fact I've got very sensitive skin and I don't have any problems tells you that these products are actually okay. So I'm just putting this on my face. So I'm going to look a bit shiny for a little bit. Now, somebody might watch this video and think, oh, what's she doing? You shouldn't do that and you shouldn't do this. That's what I do and it works for me. I'm 55 and I wear makeup every single day. This is another one that I quite like. It's Barrier Support Alexis, but it's oily. It's oily. So it's just got the same purpose. Another one I really like is it's an oily serum from a spa. I used it for years and years and years, but I used to be able to get it in Edinburgh, and I used to go and get a facial once a month and they've withdrawn the counter. Right, so I've put the excuse me a wee minute. I've put the oil on, and I'm just going to put a moisturiser on. This is just one I'm using now. Naked and Thriving Restore Ultra Rich Night Cream. I use night cream day and night. I just like the richness. So I'm just going to pop a little bit on. So some people might think, oh my god, that's some amount of layers you're putting on. However, this is what works for me. And generally I find my face stays quite moist all day. I'm going to try and be as quick as I can in this video because I'm at 17 minutes. And my plan is to try and keep it below 20. Right, so that's me put it on. It's obviously probably looks quite shiny just now, but that's what I'm doing. Now, I'm going to put my colour corrector on first. The colour corrector I've got here is actually an Illamasqua one. It's an older one. I had a couple spares, but they've stopped doing it. But my favourite colour corrector is actually Bobbi Brown, and the colour's Bisque. Now, you just put the colour corrector just slightly under your eye, into the blue bit, and it neutralises blue. And it's orange. When you're older, colour corrector should be orange. You shouldn't be slapping concealer all over under your eyes. All it does is dry it all out. So all I'm doing is putting colour corrector on there, and see where my bumps are for my glasses. It just kind of disguises it. Bear in mind I've got a mirror in my hand, so I'm just going to do this as quick as I can. So there you go, I've got a bit of colour corrector on, and now I would normally do my eyes now, so I might just quickly do a little bit to my eyes. I'm going to see if I can do this, doing it like that. I'm probably not going to be able, I'm probably going to have to use a mirror. But what I'm going to do is I'm not going to do too much crazy colouring, just a touch of eyeshadow, because, oh, what have I just dropped? Just a little bit, just to give a little bit of colour to my face and no more. I'm going to actually use the Victoria Beckham Cocoa palette. So I'm just going to do quite light, just a daytime bit of eyeshadow, nothing too fancy. I'm not going to do like loads of eyeliner or anything. I'm just going to put a bit of colour on, because this is really about the skin. A lot of people have asked me about my skincare routine rather than just my makeup. So what I'm going to do is, this is terrible lighting tonight. I will do a couple eyeshadow videos, because quite a few of you asked about like my eyeshadow and that. But today I just wanted to do the unboxing of the Hirons kit and just do the tiniest bit of makeup. So I'm not going to do too much dramatics. Got the base on. You know, I always laugh at people do this. They take the makeup on the brush and then they go like this and they tap it over the mirror. Where does all the powder go? Why are they doing that? I keep thinking, do they actually dust continually their bedrooms? I tap into the actual pan because I don't want flipping eyeshadow all over the place. Right, what I tend to do is I just tend to put a bit of colour near the socket first, just to start the building, and then I go a wee bit away from it first and build it up. I'm very careful, I kind of just build it up gradually, but as I say, I'm not doing this evening look anyway. I'm just doing a tiny bit of colour so that when I do my blusher and my eyeshadow, it will not look too, like, it won't look too bare. I'm just going to do enough that when I get it done, it's going to look fine. It's quite important, but people need to get their colour right. Like, see, because I've just started putting a bit of brown on, I find browns and khakis work for me. It immediately makes my eyes a bit pop. Right, so I'm just going to go back in a little bit with a darker colour around the bottom of the lid. You need to let me know down below what your favourite brands are, makeup brands are, and what kind of things you'd like to see. If you'd like me to show you some things or do reviews of some things or whatever, because I actually do have hundreds of products and I do try quite a lot of stuff. Right, I'm not going to overdo it. I'm not going to do any big wings or anything. I'm just putting the tiniest little bit on. Just the tiniest little bit on, just to really give my face a bit of a... I'm not even taking that many brushes out, you know, because I had to put some stuff out, and then I kind of, because it's late at night, I just thought I'm going to just do the quickest look and then go for there. Right, so before I do my mascara and that, I'm going to actually just quickly set my eyebrows. So I got this, I've seen this in a review. I see it's Maybelline. I got it off of Amazon. I've actually started to get, I've got microblading. It's not, my microblading is like 3 or 4 years old. It's never been touched up again. And some of my eyebrow hairs are very coarse because I'm getting older. So this is called Super Lock Maybelline. And I actually seen the reviews on YouTube for it. And actually, to be fair, it is quite good. And for the money, it was worth a bash. So I'm just going to brush them up a little bit. I was going to colour them in a bit, well, with pencil. But really, it's a bit late. So I would normally actually just go over them a bit with a brown eyebrow pencil, but this, I thought this was actually a good product to show you because it's not that expensive. Just brush them up a bit, however you want them to sit. And look, they actually are sitting in place, and it does sit. It doesn't go casty or what's the word I'm looking for. It doesn't dry up powdery. Some people say some of them dry up a bit powdery. Right, so I'll just quickly do a little tiny bit of mascara. I usually always use a hairdryer on my eyelash curlers, because if you heat them up it almost tongs them, but I'm not going to because it's so late at night. And my mum is staying with me just now. Well, she's staying with me, but she's not well. She's got cancer. She's not going to hear me. She's in the next room. She'll be sleeping now. But anyway, I'm just obviously not going to put a hairdryer on this time of night. And one tip that I cannot recommend enough is eyelash primer. Now this is the Dior one. It's Dior Maximizer 3D, but that's very good. And the other one, so what you do, it comes out and it's just a bit white, and you just put it on your eyelashes first and just put them on a wee bit. A little bit, and it just gives you a little bit more volume. The other one that's really good is the Estee Lauder one. The Estee Lauder eyelash primer I have used for about 25 years, and there's very few did I just do that eyelash mascara? Oh, there's it. There's very few products, I'll beat it. Mascara I'm using is black. It's a Chanel one. I can't remember exactly what one it is, but it's amazing. This Chanel one's very good. I like Huda Beauty and Chanel. They're my top mascaras actually, and I've got very fair hair, but wait you see, I'm going to see, now all I've done is I don't have long eyelashes at all, honestly they're very short, but wait you see what that primer does. Can you see? Look, it's really late at night, oh my god, that eyelash primer really, and it's not like one of these fibre ones, you know, the fibre mascara primers that were out. People were putting the fibres on their lashes and then putting their mascara on. They're just, oh my god, I've just put black. Because I'm not used to doing it by a mirror while I'm talking at the same time. I'll let that dry and I'll take it off. Got a wee black mark there. Right, so the next thing I'm going to try and quickly do this. I forgot to take my eyeshadow my foundation palette. It's in my ensuite. Oh, not matter, I'll put it on my hand. Right, the foundation I'm going to use is, I'm going to use the Clé de Peau The Foundation, right? It is amazing. There's no question about it. It's £280 or something. It's ridiculous. It's amazing, right? But I think equally as good as Armani Luminous Silk. I've used Armani Luminous Silk for 25 years on and off. And so I'm going to give you two extremes, £280 and £45. They two for me are still the most amazing. I bought Victoria Beckham's that made my face itch. I've got this other Clé de Peau one, which was slightly less expensive. It's about £100, but this is actually very good. But the colour's not my perfect match. Now, it doesn't matter how good a foundation is. If it's not the perfect match, it'll never look good. People go, oh, I just guess it and I buy off the colour swatches on the website, and then they pick one and they get it delivered. It's almost virtually a miracle if you're able to do that. It's actually pot luck if you're able to do that, actually, because makeup has to be colour matched to your face. There's just no question about it. Right, so I'm sorry I'm taking so long yakking here. Right, I'm going to use the Clé de Peau just for this video, and then I'll use Armani Silk for another one. But basically, they are both very good. Now, it says a lot if I'm telling you that a £280 foundation and a £45 foundation is as good as one another. But I genuinely believe, don't get me wrong, I love the Clé de Peau one. I think it goes on super, super natural. But the Armani Luminous Silk is a very, very close second. I'm just using a random foundation brush. Decipher or whatever it is, I don't even know what it is. And I'm not going to put loads of foundation on. I've sprayed my brush with the Tatcha Luminous Dewy Mist. It's actually for your face. But I sprayed it on my brush because I like my brush to be a little bit moist. I'm just rubbing this onto my hands. And then, now for me, I mean, a lot of people use a sponge, but I think a brush really, really is the best way to apply makeup. For me it is anyway. I've found that you can almost, and I think you get away with, you use a bit less product as well. Not that you're begrudging using the product, but there's nothing worse when people put far too much foundation on. Now, I've put this on my hand, but I normally put this on a plate. It's funny, I put a photo on my Instagram the other day with a Hermes makeup plate I bought, and people go, oh, do you not normally just put it on your hand? But you know what? See if you use a wee tile or a wee metal thing or something to put your foundation on rather than your hand, you actually use half the foundation, because you get all the makeup off the tile. Right, so I'm just going to blend this in a bit. I always like to get round my nose. I go for my lips because I like to lip line my lips anyway. I hope this, I've got a ring light on and I've never ever used a ring light, but because it's so late at night, I thought I would use a ring light just so that you could actually see my face. Hopefully this turns it alright and I don't look like Coco the Clown. This is the first time I've done any makeup on here. Can you see my face is still quite dewy? It does settle down a bit, but I just think a dewy face is a youthful face. People always say, oh, you've got amazing skin, but I actually really genuinely think I don't. I think it's actually the prep. Right, so I've just about used all the products. Right. I wash my brushes every day. So every eyeshadow brush I use, every foundation brush I use, I immediately wash them. I never leave them. I don't use them 2 days in a row. It takes 30 seconds to wash them. I wash them and I let them dry them on. So I've still got that mark there. It usually does disappear with the concealer now. Right, I don't use lots of concealer, but usually what I do is, I usually use eyeshadow to do a slight wing, and then just ever so slight eyeshadow underneath and just ever so slight eyeliner. I don't do it thick, I just do it so subtle because I'm too old for big wings. But what I like to do is I like to clean it up with concealer. This is the Clé de Peau Clicky one. It's actually, this was slightly the wrong match for me to use as concealer, But what I do is I use it at the side of my eyes. So what I do is I just sweep it up, and it almost gives you a wing free of charge without having to do it. It just cleans my eyeshadow away and gives the appearance that I've actually done a wing. So I'm just doing that, and that a wee tippy. I think this is Lisa Eldridge who taught me to do that, or I watched doing this years ago. Just do this, do this, do this, like that, like that. Right. And all it does is just gives your face a slight lift. So just do it no more. Give it a tiny, tiny wee blend in. And because I've done it in my eyes, can you see it almost gives a slight wing look? I'm just going to blend this in a bit. Now bear in mind this isn't a nighttime look I'm doing, guys. I'm just doing a little fresh looking daytime look. My favourite concealer, I don't use lots of concealer. Clé de Peau, this one's amazing. It's amazing. Again, you've got to get the perfect colour match, but I absolutely love it. Now again, I don't use a lot. I'm just putting a tiny bit in here because I've already used colour corrector. And this is great for pinpoint colour. So say you've got, like, see I've got that mark there. Just colour touching tiny, tiny bits. And you can always use a wee tiny, I used the word tiny too much. Just use a little brush like this. You can dab it on and just go down and colour correct carefully. So I'm just going to gently blend this in my finger because it will just slightly warm up the product. Hopefully this looks alright in there. It's so late at night while I'm doing this, guys. And I've got contacts in. Right, just let me see if this looks okay. It's really hard to see at this time of night. Right, so the last thing, I'm going to do this then, my lips. I'm actually going to use that new blusher I bought, the Chanel one that came in the Beauty Summer Kit, whatever it is. It's the Les Beige blush and the Healthy Glow blush, and this one was Delish was the colour. I don't know if it was exclusive to the kit, but it's actually really nice. So I'm just putting a wee bit on my hand again. And I'm actually going to use the same brush that I used for my blusher, my foundation tonight, just for quickness. Because, as I say, as soon as I'm finished my makeup, I immediately go through and I wash my brushes. I never, ever not wash my brushes. It takes 2 seconds, 30 seconds, brush them through, give them a quick clean, and then just let them dry. Right, so I'm only putting a tiny bit of this blusher on. I really like this blusher. It's perfect for daytime. It's not too much. Now I haven't done any bronzer. I haven't done anything over the top because this is just a wee daytime look. It would take me 2 minutes and I would go to my work and I'd look at like I'd at least made a little bit of effort and a bit of colour on my cheeks. So I'm going to quickly do a bit of lipstick and then let you go, guys, because if I don't, you're going to be here all night. So I'm just going to use a lip liner. This is colour Spice by MAC. It's quite a nice colour actually. This is not a good mirror. It's not very magnified, but I'm going to use it anyway. I find at 55, I've always got to do lip liner because I'm losing some pigment around the edge of my lips. And I just think it neatens up a bit. I'm not into this smudge look that's sort of fashionable just now. I know what I like. I know what I'll wear. I'm going to have smudged a wee bit of this. It'll be fine. You have to smile a bit when you do your lip line as you get older. Right, so I've just put a tiny bit of lip liner. There's 2 colours that I was using that I've quite liked recently. This is the new one I got from the Chanel kit. It's actually beautiful on. And also this Chantecaille, I can't remember what it's called. It's called Pink Lotus. This was quite nice. I'll pop this one on. I really like this actually. And this was another one that's quite a nice moisturising lipstick. Yeah. I think I went through it really quick. And it's slightly less in the tube than MAC and slightly less in the tube than some of the others, but only a little bit. It's really Pink Lotus. I don't think it's that pinky, but I did quite like it. Sometimes I put my lipstick on and I think it's still just lacking a tiny bit of colour. What I do is, and this was a Lisa Eldridge tip as well, I'll grab another colour. So just for argument's sake, I'm going to grab Lisa Eldridge's colour Audrey, which I love. And then sometimes I do is just do a tiny swipe. So it's still nude, but it's just brought the slightest coral into it. Now, I could go and powder it, right? If I powdered it, it would flatten it all down, right? I don't want it powdered. It's quite dewy looking. Somebody might say it's a bit oily or whatever, but I really like it. See the eyebrow set and stuff, it's quite good, eh? This dent, please ignore this dent. This shouldn't be happening. I've got a bit of a problem with this dent. But you know what? See, for a day look, using the concealer lifted my eyeshadow a bit, just gives it an ever so slight lift. But I mean, it took me 10 minutes to do it in the video for you, but normally it would take me 2 minutes. That mascara eyelash primer from Dior's amazing. So is the Estee Lauder one. So that's it, guys. Really, I hope that is a bit of use to me. If you want, I could put the products that I've used in the description box. I'm not that great at editing and all this. I don't do any editing. I record a video and upload it. You're not going to get a realer than this. I've not got to, there's no way that I could record videos and spend hours and hours and hours editing them. It would be a waste of my life. I just couldn't. Right, just before I quickly go, what I'm going to quickly do is, just to show you how quickly this powder's down, I'm going to use the Dear Hourglass palette. Absolutely amazing. And see the wee, just quickly, this was a brush, I forget what the name is. I got it for Jojo Luxe Refresh, bought me for my Christmas. But just for quickness, the powder here, this is finishing powders here. So if you really wanted to, you could just gently, ever so gently, and it would mattify it a little bit. But I'm not really that bothered. One thing I do love, I've got the Dear one and I've got the Swan one. The Swan one is a bit darker one, but see this colour here? I love that for an eyeshadow topper. So I'm just going to quickly do this and then I'm definitely going. But I absolutely love this. It's a tiny bit of an eyeshadow topper. Wait a minute. Just a tiny bit I picked up on each eye. Can you see it? Just a little bit, and it just gives it a little bit of glow. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that, and sorry it went on a little bit too long. It's quite hard to do it with a mirror, and I hope you like the unboxing of the Caroline Hirons kit. Go and have a look at it, follow her on Instagram and watch some of her videos. She's so knowledgeable. Anyway guys, that's it. It's now 25 to 1 in the morning, so I'll see you later. Thanks again.